further ado, Representative George Dunbar. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to follow up, and thank you, gentlemen, for being here. I just wanted to follow up on a few things that were discussed earlier. This is an appropriations hearing, and the governor has made a proposal as far as the 8% promotional play, and he has numbers associated with the $19.9 million for this year and $50.9 million next year. And you have alluded that, and it was also confirmed by the Department of Revenue yesterday, it was essentially just taking what they know is promotional place times 8%. I have concerns that we won't reach those numbers. I was wondering if you guys can opine on that as well. My inclination is if I'm a casino operator and I have promotional plays that are going to be taxed, as opposed to doing that, I may start offering more meals or something else that is not going to be taxed. Can you guys give me your expertise on that?
Yeah, I was trying to anticipate that kind of question in my previous answer. I think it's extremely difficult to guess or to project what the response is going to be, because it appears from what we know about the use of promo play, both within Pennsylvania in the last 7 or 8 years and around the country, I think it's much more going to be dictated by what makes the most sense from a business perspective to attract the most business. And speaking as an individual, not for the board, there's more than 8% up and down that goes on from casino to casino, from week to week, from month to month. So for me personally, I think the decisions of how to spend your money on to promote people to come to the casino and bet are driven by much larger factors than that sort of variance. That's my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for that. And just to follow up to Representative Markosik when he had asked about do other states tax promotional play, as far as Pennsylvania is concerned, where do we stand as far as a tax rate on slots versus other states?
Well, I have a chart on that. Where's that thing that talks about the ones around us? For the promo play.
Well, for promo play, we don't have the tax rate, but sure.
Can I make it easier?
I'd let Kevin give it a shot.
If you're referencing what our tax rate on slot operations are, it's approximately 54%, which clearly is higher than many other jurisdictions, but we're not the highest. Maryland is significantly higher. The state of New York is significantly higher, and other jurisdictions are in the same ballpark. The casinos have been able to be successful under the current tax structure.
And I appreciate that. And my point is that every state does have there are different tax rates out there. So it's not as easy to say, do other states tax promotional play?
Correct. Other states do tax promotional play. The percentage of that tax, we don't have that available to us at the moment, but we do know in surveying other jurisdictions that there's at least 9 or 10 other jurisdictions that in one way or another impose some fee on promotional play. They don't all do it the same way.
Yeah. Thank you. And follow up on Representative Razi's comment. He had mentioned daily fantasy sports. I don't know if you're aware that the governor signed House Bill 941, which I think is Act 7 now, which part of that was a request to have the Gaming Control Board do a study on daily fantasy sports. And I'm sure you also know we are actually asked you to do that as well.
Yes.
Are we progressing on that?
Yes, we are. We're progressing well on that, and I think the biggest, or one of the challenges is that what we read on Monday is going to be generally a lot different than what we read on Friday throughout the country. It's a very fluid issue at the current time. So when we're ready to provide that report to everyone, it will have up-to-date information at that point in time.
And I look forward to that. I also wanted to ask, as far as at the federal level, the Federal Internet Gaming Control Act, they're talking about revisiting the Unlawful Internet Gaming Enforcement Act and essentially making it a federal issue versus a state issue as far as allowing Internet gaming. Can you give us any information of where you see that's going?
Well, just from reading all the various trade journals and other publications that focus on gaming-related issues, there has not been any further update on that federal legislation. So, since maybe the last summer, when there were articles that there was a restoration of the Wire Act bill, we just haven't read any updates on that.
So Pennsylvania pursuing internet gaming or looking into internet gaming will not cause any violation of any federal?
As long as it's intra-state, that's the key point. If it's internet gaming within the state of Pennsylvania, there's no federal issue that comes to the fore.
Okay. Also, as far as internet gaming, right now, presently in Pennsylvania, it is illegal,
Yes,
but it does take place.
yes.
Does the Gaming Control Board have any actual idea or numbers of how much illegal activity is going on?
No, but that's one of the questions that we've been talking about and trying to get a handle on, but it's very difficult in preparing for this budget. This question, I'm new here. I wanted to know what the answer was, and the answer is, if everybody knew what it was, it probably would be under control one way or the other, either by a federal prosecutor or by somebody. But it's obviously a large amount that's going on, and it's a large amount of gambling that is not being taxed or regulated in any form whatsoever.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.